All right, good afternoon. How you guys doing? Good, good.
Did you like the history as much as we all did, the back-to-back weeks with a touchdown in the final minute from two different quarterbacks?
Yeah, that was a good piece of history to be part of right there. I know with going back to the Marino and Heward deal there, and then those guys were complimentary of Geno and Drew. You know, there's the common denominator though of Larry Izzo, obviously being the major factor and being a part of all four of those on the right side there. So no, it was fun to be a part of, and credit to those guys and staying calm, staying poised. Each week in a similar scenario where it takes all 11 that are on the field every snap to be locked in and being resilient and being tough and finishing the game the right way.
And different playmakers on each of those final drives. What does that speak to most in either practice habits or character or quarterbacks or anything about the organization?
Yeah, I think from an organizational standpoint, starting with Coach Carroll and the relentless pursuit of perfection in those 2-minute scenarios that we take part in every day here in the VMAC, and going through a million different scenarios, all the different things that can come up, and the players all being locked in, bought into those, and multiple quarterbacks getting to work in those scenarios, and guys communicating, talking through situations, and those things happen, and there's so many different scenarios that can happen in such a short period of time that the players' ability to adjust and adapt as a drive is going on, their conditioning, their mental toughness. I think all of those things are built in through Coach Carroll's philosophy on practicing the 2-minute, how we go about it, and I think those have been some positive results this year.
What do you think of how Geno just looked physically in his first game back and how he played?
Yeah, I think he did a great job. He did a great job of, having a tough luck injury, but then doing everything in his control to get his body back right. And I know he felt like he was ready to go, and I think the sooner than maybe he went. But it was a good job of also trusting the people around him to make the right decisions to protect him, from any sort of long-term things going on there. So when he was back on the field, he was back and ready to go, and I thought he did a great job from a physical standpoint of handling the game, avoiding the rush or doing anything he needed to do to show physically that he was back and he could protect himself, along with playing the game of quarterback there from the mental side of it.
Just to be the devil's advocate, you have, I think, 4 touchdowns the last 2 weeks, and 3 of them in the fourth quarter or 2 in the final 2 minutes of it. Is there something that works better then that you need to try to get to earlier in games or something? Or?
I think you get to those scenarios because of the situation in the game. We've had games where we've started fast and we were doing a pretty good job of scoring early in the first quarter, and that had been something we go to. And I think for us as an offense, it still goes back to, the thing that we're really trying to pursue and try to accomplish as an offense is really that 4-quarter consistency. And I think some of the 2-minute drives are obviously a result of having some of those inconsistencies showing up early. And surely would like to get into a game where maybe we can be ahead in those scenarios right there. But knowing that, hey, every game is going to be tough. Everybody in the NFL is good. Every team is good. All the players and coaches are coaching and playing at a high level. So each week, you don't know what the final scenario is going to come down to, but you do know around the league that most games are going to come down to some sort of a fourth quarter drive to come out on the right side of the victory right there. So for us, it's going to be that commitment. We're still trying, even though it's late in the season, doesn't mean that we can't keep improving, and that's what we're striving to do for the consistency throughout 4 quarters right there.
What challenges TJ Watt?
Yeah, I think TJ Watt, down in, down out, is relentless on the edge right there. Going against him 2 years ago, he was able to create the turnovers, and his ability to create turnovers, obviously, 17 sacks on the year, that goes without saying. But the creating the turnovers, the batted balls, the pursuit in the run game, he really is able to do it all. So he's one of those players that plays at an elite level, just like some of these other guys we've had to go against, that you got to be careful about knowing, understanding, and respecting him, but knowing they also have 10 other guys on the field that are playing at a high level, and so you can't take all your focus to one player, and then you got all these other good players that can come to life at any given down.
With where you've coached and learned, where's this emphasis that Carroll has in the 2-minute? Is that unusual? Is that unique?
I think it's just the attitude that we bring and go about it every day, and the amount of practice time that we've allocated towards it has been a really great thing for me to be a part of and to learn from. And I know it's really benefited Geno and Drew, and to be able to do that benefited Russ really did a good job with it as well. So just from the quarterback spot, just the style in which we do it, I think has been has had some good long-term benefits.
Geno talked today about when Jackson had earned his trust in the offseason, but when did Jackson earn your trust as a co-pilot?
Yeah, I think in terms of the physical ability and his mindset of being so level-headed throughout the course of every game, the trust was really there right away. Seeing him in the offseason, seeing his ability to track a football and catch it, and I think as we're seeing now is his ability to really line up everywhere and really fully own the offense and knowing where he's supposed to be on every single thing that we're doing. And he started that in training camp, started that when he first got here. But, as a guy in year one versus other guys that, Geno's had a rapport with for multiple years, you got to earn some of that as the season goes. And you earn more and more trust with the way the plays go, with the more and more reps you put out there. And I think Jackson's just continued to work hard and improve every single day, and then the results are on the field. You there? All right, thank you.